I could not imagine at this point in my life being in a monogamous relationship. I haven't met anyone that fills all of my buckets. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Laura, and welcome to my channel. Today, as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be sharing with you a little bit about polyamory. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned. So I shared with you guys in a video a few videos back when I asked you to ask me anything. There was a question that was like, tell us something about you that we don't know. And I shared that I was polyamorous. And there were a couple of people who messaged me like, what is that? And, I had to look it up to figure out what that meant. But, wow, like that's kind of cool. That's neat. But I wanted to share with you all a little bit more about polyamory so that you are informed as to what it is and I guess the love style that I have chosen. So polyamory is simply broken down. The word means many. That's what poly means. And then amor means love. So the word translates to many loves. And so I try not to limit myself to dating only one person, but I'm able to date and form emotional connections with multiple people at a time if I so desire. There was one point in time that I was only dating one person, and that was totally cool, but that changed. It changed, and so currently, you know, I'm not just dating one person. We'll get to that in a minute though. I am what is considered in the polyamorous community as solo poly. So what that means is I'm not married or I don't have a primary partner or a nesting partner or anything like that. I come by myself. So I am solo. So I am free to date if I want to date a single person or another solo person, or if I want to date a married person that, or be in a V kind of relationship, which I'll explain that in a minute, or if I wanted to be in a triad or a throuple, we could do that as well. So there are many possibilities to the relationship dynamics that I have. So it's really cool to kind of explore that with, my partner or partners, whoever, I'm with at that time. I have been polyamorous, or I have identified myself as polyamorous for probably about 3 going to 4 years now. I feel like this lifestyle came upon me because I had really been tired of people cheating like on me and finding out that, somebody was married or whatever. And, it became a bit overwhelming for me. And so I really decided, had to decide if I wanted to continue to go down that road of being cheated on, or if I wanted to, I guess, have the power within myself to control the relationship and to control what's going on. And so I don't want to say I found out about polyamory. I started dating multiple people at the same time. And then I found out that, that it was called polyamory. And so I was like, oh, this is what this box is. This is the box that I checked that I am. And so I initially started out, I would date mostly was single guys. But then I met a guy who was married, but I wasn't in a relationship with his wife, just with him. And his wife was aware of our relationship. I had met his wife. There was no problems or anything like that. And that felt like, at first, I was like, this is new, but it's okay. We can try it. And I was just very nervous about how she would be. But it actually turned out that she was fine, and she and I have never had any issues whatsoever. Um, and so it really worked for us. And a lot of people are like, man, I can't share, I can't do this, I can't do that. But when I think of polyamory and I think of the term sharing, I don't feel like my partner is mine in a possessive type of way that I could feel like I would be sharing them. Like, you're not mine to share. I get what people mean conceptually, like I understand what you're saying, but that person is not mine to share. So, it works. I wanted to talk about dynamics because dynamics are, in the poly lifestyle, dynamics are pretty intense. You might have a solo poly person like me who, like I shared earlier, is by themselves. I don't have a primary or a nesting partner or anything like that. You can have a V relationship, which is what I shared earlier that I was part of, where you have a person that does have a nesting partner, or they do have another partner. Basically, two people are dating or with the same person, but they're not dating each other. So it's like this side. It's like a V. This is the connecting point, but these 2 points don't connect because they're not together. So this would have been my partner, this would have been me, and this would have been his wife. Uh, then you have what's called a closed triad, or triad, and that's almost like it's just like a triangle. So you have the V, and then you have the closed part, the other part of the triangle. So everybody within this group dates one another. So you date individually and then as a collective. I have been a part of a relationship like this as well with a married couple, and I mean it's interesting. It's different, definitely. I'm just trying to navigate two people and their needs, and then if you have somebody else, then their needs too. So just really trying to figure out like a good balance of what works for this person and what doesn't work for this person, and how to meet everybody's needs and still have your needs met at the same time. It can be a lot for sure, but it's definitely, if it's something that you want, it's definitely worth trying. um, I feel like I have a lot of love to give. I've always given in my work. I've always been a very giving and loving person in my personal life. And so I just feel like I just have so much love to give. And that's what I'm here to do. Um, so, yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit also about dating solo, so dating single. So what it's like dating one person versus two people. Um, so like I shared, I had a relationship where I dated just one person, and I had a relationship where I dated a couple as well. Um, Dating one person, obviously, you only have one person's needs to consider, one person's opinion that matters, and you just kind of go from there. But when you're dating two people, you have two people's opinions to consider, and two personalities, and just trying to have three people, like having two people on the same page, on the same accord is one thing, but then when you're trying to get two people to get on the same page and same accord, it's like something totally different. And so just like things like what are we gonna have for dinner can sometimes be a little challenging because you got three people and three opinions. And so I might want Mexican, he might want Italian, and she might want, soul food or something. And so it's like coming to a happy medium to appease everyone can sometimes be tough, and you definitely learn to compromise a lot when dating a couple, just because you got so many people involved in it. I know a lot of people are probably curious about intimacy and how intimacy works in a polyamorous relationship. But polyamorous relationships are really, you build them based on how you want them. The dynamic that you choose is for you and your partners and what works best for you all. And so some people are really, really open to intimacy. They're really seeking it right away. They usually have sex like shortly after they meet each other. I tend to not to do those things like that because, for one, I don't want to rush into anything sexual with anyone. And so I just don't want to rush into those things. So I really try to take my time and to make sure that this is something that I want to do. Yeah, basically. Obviously, when you date one person, you're only having sex with them. But when you date a couple, everyone is together during those intimate moments. And so, then there's navigating through that and, what that looks like. And that's a video in itself. But just really trying to connect on an intimate level with people when you've not connected intimately with them before is different. And then when you have a couple who you're connecting with, and they've only been with each other, they've been married like 9-10 years, whatever like that, and now you're coming into this equation, and you're trying to get in where you fit in, if you would, trying to find your place in in their relationship. So it's a lot of navigating. It's a lot of treading the waters and trying to figure out where you go. But once you get there, you're there, and it's all good after that. I really hope this video was informative for you all. I know that some of y'all are probably like, wait, what? But I just really wanted to, be a little more open with you all and share my experiences and journeys in polyamory. This is definitely a love style that I am absolutely in love with. I could not imagine at this point in my life being in a monogamous relationship. I haven't met anyone that fills all of my buckets. I have not met that person yet at all. So, if I met a person who filled all of my buckets, then maybe I wouldn't need to be polyamorous or feel the need to be polyamorous. But right now, I'm ready for my buckets to run it over. But yes, definitely am open to questions. I know y'all probably like, bitch, what? But I'm open for the questions. Let me know. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Tell somebody about it. And again, if you have more questions about polyamory, if you're interested in it, if it's something that, hey, I'm curious about this and I got some questions, drop them down below. Let your girl know, and I definitely will get back to you. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.